Have you ever felt like time is slipping through your fingers, no matter how hard you try to hold on to it? What if I told you that a man who lived 2,000 years ago left behind letters that still speak to our deepest struggles today? Letters that can teach us how to face hardship, how to find peace in chaos, and how to truly live before it's too late. Stay with me, because today, we're stepping into the timeless wisdom of Seneca, the great Stoic philosopher of Rome. Seneca wasn't just a thinker. He was a man who lived through scandal, exile, betrayal, and even a forced death at the command of Emperor Nero. And yet, from the turbulence of his life, he wrote words that continue to guide millions about courage, simplicity, and the shortness of life. In this video, we'll explore 10 of Seneca's most powerful lessons that can transform the way you think, act, and find meaning. By the end, you'll not only understand Seneca's philosophy, but you'll also walk away with practical steps to face your own challenges. But first, let's start with the lesson he believed was more urgent than any other. Time. Lesson 1. Value. Time above all else. Seneca famously wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Think about your own day, how much of it slips away to distraction, to worry, to chasing things that don't matter. Seneca challenges us. Time is the only true wealth. Money can be regained, status can be rebuilt. But once an hour is gone, it's gone forever. So start guarding your time as if it were treasure, because it is. And once you begin valuing your time, you start asking, how should I use it? That brings us to Seneca's second lesson. Lesson 2. Live each day as if it were a complete life. Seneca urged his readers not to postpone life. He said, while we are postponing, life speeds by. Instead of waiting for some perfect future moment when we're richer, freer, or less busy, Seneca teaches that today is life. This very hour is life. He reminds us, live now, write now, love now. Because if you can make each day a full life in itself, you'll never fear death. But of course, living fully doesn't mean living recklessly, which leads us to his third insight. Lesson 3. Master your desires, master your life. In a world of endless temptations, power, wealth, pleasure, Seneca saw desire as the root of restlessness. He didn't say we must reject everything. Instead, he warned, if you become a slave to what you crave, you'll never be free. True freedom isn't found in having everything, but in needing less. When you master your desires, you master yourself. But even when we train our desires, life still throws storms our way. So how do we face hardship without breaking? Lesson 4. Adversity reveals who we truly are. Seneca believed that challenges aren't curses, they're tests. He wrote that fire tests gold, and misfortune tests the brave. When life knocks us down, Stoicism doesn't say, ignore the pain. It says, use the pain. Grow from it. Become stronger because of it. Seneca himself endured exile, political enemies, and eventually a forced suicide. Yet his writings reflect calm, dignity, and even gratitude. And what gives a man such strength in the face of suffering? Seneca's answer is clear. Philosophy. Lesson 5. Philosophy is medicine for the soul. To Seneca, philosophy wasn't about theories locked in dusty books. It was therapy. He wrote, philosophy teaches us to act, not to speak. For him, wisdom was practical. It was a guide to live more calmly, more courageously, more meaningfully. And just as we visit a doctor to heal our body, Seneca insisted we must visit philosophy daily to heal our soul. Lesson 6. Anger is a form of temporary madness. How often have you said something in anger and wished you could take it back? Seneca didn't just warn against anger. He called it temporary madness. Why? Because when anger takes over, reason steps aside. Think about it. Would you ever hand over the steering wheel of your life to someone who is blindfolded? That's exactly what happens when we let anger control us. Seneca's advice is clear. Pause, breathe, delay your reaction. What feels like strength in the moment is often weakness revealed later. Lesson 7. Fortune can be taken, character cannot. We live in a world where jobs, wealth, and status can vanish overnight. Seneca reminds us, fortune is fickle, but character endures. A fire can burn your house down, a ruler can strip away your title, but no one can rob you of integrity. Your values, your courage, your wisdom, these are untouchable. This lesson hits especially hard today, when we're conditioned to measure worth by what we own instead of who we are. Lesson 8. Death is not to be feared. This is one of Seneca's boldest lessons, and maybe the hardest for us to accept. He said, "Death is not an evil." What is it then? The one law of nature we cannot escape. Instead of fearing it, Seneca urged us to prepare for it, to live so fully each day that when death comes, it finds us already satisfied. Ask yourself, if today were your last day, would you be at peace with how you've lived? If not, what would you change tomorrow? Lesson 9. True wealth is needing less. In a society chasing luxury, Seneca offered a radical truth. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor. True wealth is not abundance of possessions, but freedom from endless desire. Think about it. Who is richer? The one who owns many mansions but still feels empty, or the one who needs little and finds joy in enough? Seneca challenges us to redefine what it means to be rich. Lesson 10. Life is long if you know how to use it. Seneca ends with perhaps his most famous reminder. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Hours vanish, scrolling, comparing, chasing things that don't matter. But life, when used wisely, is more than enough. The question is not, do we have time, but rather, what do we do with the time we're given? If we treat every day as a gift, life suddenly feels longer, fuller, richer. And with that, we arrive at the heart of Seneca's wisdom. From anger and desire to wealth and death, his words are not dusty relics. They're a mirror held up to our lives today. The question is, how will you live differently after hearing them? Would you like me to now craft the powerful Conclusion Plus CTA with a recap, an emotional takeaway, and a hook for the next video in the series, the same way I did for Marcus Aurelius? So, what do we take away from Seneca's wisdom? He showed us that anger is a storm that clouds judgment, that fortune is fragile, but character lasts forever, that death should not be feared, only prepared for, that true wealth is found in needing less, and that life, when lived with intention, is long enough. These are not just philosophical ideas from 2,000 years ago. They are urgent reminders for today. Because every moment you waste in anger, in comparison, in chasing what doesn't matter, is a piece of life you can never get back. Seneca challenges us to step into a new way of living, to be calm when others rage, to value character over wealth, to embrace death not with fear, but with peace, to see freedom not in having more, but in needing less. If you carry even one of these lessons forward, your days will feel lighter, your choices clearer, and your life longer. Now let me ask you, Which of Seneca's lessons spoke to you the most? Was it about anger, wealth, or the use of time? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your reflections. And if this message of Stoic wisdom inspired you, don't keep it to yourself. Hit the like button, subscribe for more timeless lessons, and share this video with someone who might need it today. Because philosophy is not just something we read, it's something we live. And together, we can build lives of meaning, courage, and peace. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay strong, stay wise, and remember, life is long if you know how to use it.